Hello, everyone. Welcome to November's live streams. Today, we are going to take a look at Loom and see what is new in Loom. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Loom, Loom is an asynchronous marketing tool or video tool, I should say, where it allows you to create content video format and email it to the recipient or share it using a link, and then they can respond in kind using video. I have been using Loom for absolutely forever. And it is a tool that, even though I've compared it to some others that are out there, it is still a platform that I enjoy using. And every now and again, they will come out with new features. And so they just recently released a couple new features. So I wanted to talk about what's new in Loom today. So before I get started, let me make sure that I have my screen set up so that I can share it. And essentially what I'm going to do is I am going to sort of give you a quick overview on Loom for those of you who aren't using it or maybe are not as familiar with it. It is a platform that you can also use if you ever need to do tutorial videos where you want to do screen sharing. So if you already are using it for sales, marketing, onboarding, whatever other uses that you may have, you may want to also include creating YouTube videos using Loom where you're able to record your educational content. And this could work if you're an app or if you are a solopreneur and you're just sharing your knowledge and expertise online. So either way, you can certainly use this. So what I wanted to share with you, and not everything is going to be visible because of the way that this works, but this is the screen. Let me close this down for a minute. This is the screen that will appear if you have Loom installed on your physical computer. There are a couple of ways that you can get started recording your screen with Loom, and one of them is by having the app, and you can, hopefully you see it down here where my mouse is. That is the app that is installed on your computer. And if you click on that, you can then immediately start recording full screen with or without your camera. And then you just need to make sure that you're connecting your microphone, and then you can start. Now, they do have some additional features. Down here would be any effects in terms of the camera. So I'm going to turn on this camera, and I am going to use the camera, my second camera. So that's the second camera here. And so just to see what effects can do, you can see that it can change the color of your background, depending on, I hate personally using this, but if you need to blur it or any of those types of things, you can do that. And then they have frames where you can just add some kind of cute things around your frames. I, again, tend not to use that. So let me go back here so that I have none. And let's turn this back off. The other thing that you have the capability of, and I don't know if this is going to open up on your on the computer, and it's not. What this is, you know what I'm going to try to do? I am actually going to try and take a screenshot of this so that you can see what it is. It gives you the ability to create, oops, or to have, hold on a second. Oh, of course it goes away, so never mind. But speaker notes are something that you can use. It almost looks like a notepad, an electronic notepad that opens up on your computer screen, and you can have it positioned right below your camera so that you can just have step-by-step bullet points of things that you want to talk about in your video. And it can be on the same screen that you're actually recording, because I have it opened here and I'm recording this one, but you can't see it. It's invisible to the screen recording capabilities, feature, whatever you want to call it. But it is a great way for you to not have to worry about, oh, where am I going to put my notes? I don't want to be looking down. You'll have that ability there. And then the third thing here is Canvas. So this is just sort of making your ability to share your screen more interesting. Like right now, this is my desktop, but if you wanted to replace it with something else, you could click on any one of these. I've never used these, or maybe I've used it once in the testing, and that was because I just wasn't personally a fan of it, but you can use any one of these. So if I move that over here, you can see what it looks like. So you can almost sort of like create a PowerPoint type thing if you wanted, and then you could start recording from here. And so that's what you would need to do in order to get started. What I also wanted to then be able to share with you is that you can get started. Let's go here. You can also get started. Let me go home to Loom. You can also get started recording from within the web as well. The web app, I guess, is what it's called. And so you can come over here to new video, you click on that and you can record a video, and then obviously Loom allows you to upload videos. And then the final way that you can record is if you have, do I have it still? I don't. If you have the Chrome extension for Loom, it would appear up here in the bar, and you would be able to start to record your video that way as well. But let's get to the really good stuff, and let's talk about the newest features within Loom. So one of the newest features that they have is their editor. They have revamped their editor. I think I'm going to go to this one. They've revamped their editor. So when you come into the edit, let me go up here, into the edit sequence here, you can then come down here to where it says edit your video. So when you edit your video, it now has everything all in one. So it shows the video over here to the left. It has the transcript of the video to the right, and then below it has the timeline. So a lot of video platforms tend to look this way. But what I love about this now as well is that they are incorporating some AI features like a lot of the other platforms that are out there. So you can see right up here that you have the ability to remove any silences that are in the video, as well as if there were any filler words, you would be able to click on this and then just remove the filler words. The other thing that it lets you do is just like a lot of the, well, Descript was one of the first ones that did this. It allows you to remove or edit through removing text. So I think in this particular video, there was somewhere here, I repeated. So this, what this does, what the ability to remove text from your video does, is that when you're recording your video, you don't need to make sure that you are absolutely perfect. If you stumble, you make a mistake, you need to repeat the sentence. You don't have to stop and start all over again. You just make the correction and you keep moving on. And what you then can do is when you come into editing, that's where you can make the correction. So you can see here that it, at the end of the sentence, I said, together we're going to build a strong foundation. And then for whatever reason, I guess I didn't finish the sentence, and then I started together, and then I said together, you know, and I did it properly. So what I could do is I would highlight up to this portion, and then I would just hit delete. And if you noticed on the timeline, it removed it from the timeline as well as it's removed it from the transcript. So that is the easier way, and there might have been another mistake that I made somewhere else, but I can't find it at the moment. So once you're finished, all you need to do is hit finish. If you prefer to edit using the timeline down here, you can always zoom in so that you can see, like maybe there was a longer than normal pause, or for whatever reason you don't want to have that last part of the sentence, you can certainly do that. And when you go down to that section of the transcript, you can then see what was removed. So I am going to come back here and replace. Okay, oops. Okay, so journey. So that's where I'm going to end that. So it's going to still remove the same section. Even though it's still here, the fact that it's not highlighted in this purplish blue color means that it's been removed from your video. So when you're finished, you just hit finish, and then it's going to save whatever you've done. But the other thing that I really wanted to share with you that I'm loving is that they have a feature now within Loom called variables. And they have one that's a text variable that you can do when you come up to the title. You just click up here and then you see add variable. And what that allows you to do is to personalize your video using text. So what do I mean by that? When you click on this, and I'm going to do it on this one, but before I start, I just want to show a different type of variable. They also now have recently added an audio variable. So what does that mean? That means that if in your video you said, hi, so-and-so, like, hi, Deborah, this is Edie, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. You want to send that same video to multiple people, then you can swap out the name Deborah for multiple names. Now, the one thing that this does not work on is if you were in the video. So if you had the camera on, it's not going to come up as being selectable for you to choose. So that's something that you definitely need to remember. However, if you created the video and you didn't say anyone's name, but it's a generic video and you want it to go to multiple people and you still want it to have that personalization, you would then just click the title. You can retitle this now or later, but let's go to add variable. This window then opens up and it asks you essentially, how do you want to do that? So you could customize it. You can use their name, use their company name, and then you could do something like, hi, so-and-so, let's blah, blah, blah. Or this is a featured demo for XYZ company, or however it is that you want to use that variable. So let's say we wanted to use this one. And so all you would need to do is, if that's what this is, you would come down here and then you would start adding the names of the companies that you want to send this particular video to. So let's say I'm going to put down my company, Virtually in Sync. And then all you need to do is separate by commas, and that will allow you to add more names. And just note down here that you have up to 50 entries that you can add. So let me put my other company. And then I'll put Edie Clark. I'll do it like that. So let's just say those three are the ones that I want to do. You can see here it says create 3 videos. You click on that, and then it's going to automatically duplicate the video that you just did. But it's going to, when you look at the title, this is the original that just has the generic title. Here are the 3 copies. So it's featured demo for Edie Clark, featured demo for Tamarind Tree Productions, featured demo for Virtually in Sync. So that is something that came out earlier this year or late last year. But now they have an audio version to it. So like I mentioned before, when you do the audio version, what needs to be in that audio version is you need to use a name, and it could be somebody's name. Or you could say, in the example that I'm doing, that I'm going to use, I just said name, and I put in name in a number of different spots, and I'm going to use this. But with this video, I cannot be on camera. I have to do this as a screen recording only. So when you come to the Edit tab and you scroll down, this particular, wait, that's the wrong one. Sorry. When you scroll down, this particular video has the add an audio variable illuminated and available for you to click on. And you can see that it's in beta. So when you click on that, the window that's now going to open up is it's going to have the script, and you're going to say, select a name to become a variable. So what word in the script? and this has to be literally from you starting the video. What word do you want to become a variable? So it's just picking random words that are up here in the first sentence. That's why it's important that you either say hi name or you say the person's name. This does not work if you do not use someone's name and therefore have it in a way where it can be replaceable by somebody else's name, because you see the other choices that are here that are not available. But if, say, for example, you didn't say their name in the beginning, but you said their name further on, you can always choose from the transcript. So you can click on that, and then you would be able to choose from the transcript. I don't know where that went. So let's go back for a second. It worked before. Not sure why it's not working now, but that's how it goes when you're trying things out for the first time. So let's go back here. And thankfully, we had the name identified. So this is should work. And this is in beta, so it probably has moods. So I know that I want to change the variable that I'm calling name. So here, I can now add in the name. So I can say John. And in order for me to add the names, I'm not doing commas. I'm literally clicking on here to add the name John. And just so that you know, in case you are wondering, the name is going to, AI has advanced to the degree where now it's very easy for it to mimic your voice. So Descript was doing this with Overdub 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or 4 years ago, whenever it was the Descript came out with it. And now it's so advanced that you can literally do it immediately. So you can preview the voice, but unfortunately I don't have the audio available on my on this screen. So I don't think you're going to be able to hear it, and it's going to take a minute anyway. So let's just go ahead and create our 3 videos. So again, like the text variable, the audio variable will come up. As you can see, it's still generating the videos. And this again is the original copy. And here is going to be the variable for Beth. This one is for Marie, and this one is for John. What I wanted to test, and I'm going to check in a second, is can I also add a variable for the title? And so the only way that I can figure out if I can do that is I'm going to go, oops, sorry, I'm going to go in here to copy, and I'm going to click up here, and it is not available. So the variables that they have are either audio, which is what this one is, or where did I put it? Or text. So that's, you're either going to do it by text or you're going to do it by audio. You cannot do audio and then follow that up with text, or you can't do text and then follow that up with audio. It's one or the other. So let's play this one. And again, I should have made this so that you could hear the audio. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to see if I can get the audio done, but I can't at the moment. I'd have to stop sharing in order for you to hear it. Let me see. Okay, let me stop this, and then let's do this again. And this time I'm going to add the audio. Okay, so I've just added the audio in. So let's play this. It should come up fairly. Hi, Marie. Oops, sorry, that's the wrong one. Oh, no, that's, wait, is that the right one? Yes. Hopefully you heard it. Let me turn up the volume a little bit. Come on. I'm so excited to welcome you to the Gain Clarity pillar of the. Hi, Marie. I'm so excited to welcome you to the Gain. This one is with the image, but you can see that it does not show my mouth. Now that wasn't the one that I was supposed to be showcasing. It was supposed to be interesting. And then they didn't do it for as long as they were supposed to do it because I wanted to use this one. And for some strange reason, the audio isn't available here. But at least for some strange reason, it worked when I tested this. It didn't work before. So that's really quite interesting to see that it worked this go round. So it looks like for this one, as I mentioned, it is just going to be the title that is going to be very varied based on what it is that you want to share. But then in this one, it is shockingly, if you record your video, it worked. Hi, Marie. But again, I'm so excited to welcome. It's a little off-putting because my mouth doesn't say Marie. It says whatever it was. And I think in this example, I said name. So what I would do is I would make sure that if I was using this feature, that I would not have the camera because I would not want anyone to see that you're not seeing my mouth move to whatever the name is. I would just simply use it for the purposes of just recording the screen, walking the person through the screen. You can still address them without physically being on camera. So that's what I would do. And just so that you are aware, you can do this with other videos. Let's see if there's another video that I am not in. So let's see. It is supposed to be a feature. I've done this before I came live to test. You can do this on older videos as well. So this is an older video. You can see it was 29 days old. So if I wanted, I could come in here and do that. But again, it typically works best if you have a name that it can use to replace. So in this instance, here's the full transcript. I don't know why it didn't come on the first time. So because I addressed a person in this, it's asking me which one do I want to use as the variable. So because I addressed this person, I could say I want Lynn, and then I could again say that I want that to be changed to Harry, and let's say Beth. And then again, create two looms. And then I'm gonna get rid of some of these windows because I have too many opening up or opened. So again, here is the original, and here is the one that says Beth. So let's play her. Hey, Beth. So I've removed you from the other board, and right now you won't. It sounded like me. I think if you're doing it, if you're just replacing a name, it's going to go by so quickly that people aren't going to say, well, wait a second. Everything else sounded like Edie, but that when she said my name, it didn't sound that way. So I think that this is an amazing feature, and I want to plan, or I was going to say I want to start using, but I plan to use this particular feature when I'm onboarding clients so that I can create one cohesive video that welcomes them, that tells them all of the things that they're going to need to know and do and move forward and give them all of the information. But I want it to be personalized, and I want them to hear their name in the greeting. So that's one of the ways that I plan on using this particular feature. So again, if any of you have ever used Loom, it is a really amazing tool that you can use for asynchronous video communication, and that just means not in real time communication for those of you who don't know what that term is, but I can use it and have used Loom for sales, for completing sales projects, so or prospects when I'm prospecting. So if I say, for example, I've had a consultation with a client. What my next step usually is, depending on the client, is I might give them a YouTube channel audit, which is what I use Loom for. and I'll record that audit, and then I'll send that off to them, and we can do some asynchronous communication based on that. But I can also do follow-ups. So for example, if I want to walk them through my pricing, and I want to give them understanding of exactly what the services are and what they're going to get for it, that certainly can be used. Another way that I use it in sales is for follow-up. So if I haven't heard from them in a while and I just want to touch base, I will just do a Loom video and just say hi, and that's something you can use variables for. And you can just say, hi, whoever, just wanted to check in. It's been a month since we last spoke, whatever the time frame is, because you could just say, oh, it's been a while. And then you can send that out. And it just makes it a little bit more personable. I also use Loom for tech support. So if I'm using a product, let's say it's my web hosting, and I come into some kind of technical issue, I always jump on Loom and walk them through what the problem is that I'm having so that they can see and get an understanding of it and therefore be able to help me. Because if you don't know, video is the best way for people to understand clearly what your problem is, whether you're the person that needs to receive that information or you need to send it to someone. So I highly recommend doing that. And then just as you were seeing, I use it for communication with my VA. Whenever I need her to do anything, I go into our Trello board and I'll say, I need this, this, that, and the other done. And I can also give her pointers on how to do things. So I use it definitely for team communication and for onboarding my clients. And then finally, if you don't want to go to the extent of going and using a tool like Camtasia or some other tools that you might be able to use for recording your videos and you're already using Loom, you can certainly utilize Loom in order for you to create your videos that you're going to upload onto YouTube, or you can do these tutorial videos for your website. So I have clients that have platforms that offer like apps, and everybody that has an app needs to do tutorial videos to walk their audience or clients through how to use it and all of the different features that it may have. So you can do a boatload of videos that you would need to use or that your audience would need to use, and you can use Loom in order for you to upload them to your website. So I highly recommend using Loom or some tool like it. But I love Loom because Loom is always updating their tools. You can learn more and sign up for a free trial. I think the free trial might be 7 days at loom.com. I'm not an affiliate for them. I just enjoy using them. There are others that are out there. If you check out my YouTube channel, I do talk about one of their competitors, Tela, I think it's Tela.tv. I can't remember, but I did it probably about a month or so ago. So if you want to see what that tool is like, there's other tools like Dub that also do similar things to Loom. But Loom is always really trying to improve upon its platform and make it really easier for people to be able to use it. But I know that it's not necessarily a tool that everybody's going to love, but I just wanted to come in and share with you some of the newest features that I got excited about. And then they do have another feature that I have not played around with where let me see if let me go to write a document. I did not do this test, but I do like, and I've talked about this in other videos, where if you were, say, for example, doing an onboarding video and you were doing this for, say, your team member, and you wanted that to become something that's a standard operating procedure, you can get Loom to actually craft out the standard operating procedure for that, and you'll be able to copy the text and then add it to Slack, or in my instance, Trello or Monday, or whatever platform it is that you're using. Let me see. And then also, if you need to send this to your email, you can certainly do that. Just copy the text and then put it in to the other features. Now I'm looking to see, because I do want to play around with this a little bit. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, please let me know in the comments, because there is one other thing that I wanted to, actually, I like to have it request email to view. This is good if you want to really keep track of who is watching your videos. I have not requested this, but it is a good idea if you are putting out content. Say, for example, you're putting out videos that is really necessary for you to know who's able to see it, then you might want to do that. I have not done that because it's usually 9 out of 10 times my videos going to a specific person. So I don't need them. I know that when it tells me that it's been viewed, I knew who it went to. So I don't really worry about that. So let's look at views, transcript, activity. I do like that you can add in tasks here that appear under activity so that the person that views your video can see, oh, I need to answer some questions, or I need to review something or whatever. And this usually picks up based on what you said in the video. It'll give you, once you've recorded your video, it'll give you, like if you said, I want you to, you know, you've given them some ask or a task, it'll come up here. If you don't want them to do it, you can always delete it. And then editing, again, it does all of those. You can see if there were chapters added, edit title, you can edit the title. Otherwise, you can add a summary. This is where the summary is. This is where the chapters are. And let's see, what else does it allow you to do? Now, this is unavailable because this has already had the audio variable included in it. So that's why you cannot do that right now. And I think that's it. So that's all the new stuff. And if you ever need to download, it's preparing. But if you ever need to download your video, you do have the ability to download all of your videos for that are on Loom. And you can organize them. Let me show you my library. You can organize them in folders if you want, so that you just have sort of a coordinated, is this all my folders? No. So you can organize your folders depending on who you're sending it to or what the topic is. So that keeps things organized. And bear in mind too, that with Loom, you get to keep your videos here. As long as you have an active account, your videos can stay here. So you don't need to always download all of your videos. Obviously, if you want to do it for whatever purpose, you can certainly do that, but your videos are quite safe here on Loom as long as you remain an active user of Loom. All right. So I don't see any questions in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching this, whether you're here live or on the replay. Still feel free to comment below if you have any questions in regards to what's new in Loom. And if there's any other AI tools that you want me to feature, in November, I'm going to continue to do AI tools. And it's some of them, like I've mentioned before, are tools that I've used before. Some I'll be just coming on and saying, okay, I just learned about this tool. Let's sort of check it out together. I may do Taja, T-A-J-A, next week. I've been just recently introduced to it. I'm trying to play around with it. It seems like it is beyond just being a repurposing tool, but they've just added a new feature that I would like to play around with. So I'll be back here live next week trying to play around with it and see what it can do for us. But if you're up to that, then definitely stay tuned. For Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time next week, I'll be talking about Taja, T-A-J-A. So hopefully you'll be interested in that. Until next time, always here every Wednesday, with the exception of the month of December. I will be off for that month, but I'll be back in January. And definitely check me out at edieclark.com if you are interested in learning more about me. And then I do have a 3-day video challenge that is coming up in January, from January 8th to the 10th. You can check it out here. I should have, let me see if I can, hold on a second. I will try to put it in the chat and see if that will work. Oh, you're welcome, Nubian cutie. You're quite welcome. Here is the link. Hopefully that'll work. To my challenge. And just, you know, if you want to subscribe, I'm always doing webinars, free webinars for SCORE. I was doing them every month. Starting next year, I'll be doing them every other month. So the next one that's coming up is going to be in January. If you're on my email list, you'll get notified of that. And I do have a group coaching and accountability that's going to be starting up in January as well. And I currently have a digital course. If you are interested in any of my services, by all means, please reach out to me. All right. So take care. Thank you all for being here. If you missed any of today's What's New in Loom, definitely stay tuned for the replay. It'll be up on, obviously, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on Facebook. And definitely post any questions that you may have. And let me know if you have any questions or comments, sorry. And I'm going to put in the comments, I will try to put information on my digital course. So if you want to learn more, just check me out. Thanks again, and I appreciate you. As always, see you next week. Remember, it's going to be Taja. I think it's T-A-J-A, and I believe it's .ai. So if you want to check that out before we reconvene here next week, by all means do so. All right, take care. Thanks so much. Bye.